Welcome to Truck Madness, the ultimate tournament where the giants of the highway go wheel to wheel on a battle for trucking supremacy. Forget the basketball court.
Vince is going nuts! LeBron James!
Our arena is the open road, and the stakes have never been higher. Today we're kicking it off with two different completely styled trucks here. We have the legend in the industry, which is going to be the Freightliner, and then we also have the newcomer, which is the Tesla semi-truck. Best of all, you get to be the one to decide on which one of these moves forward and which one actually goes home in shame. You can cast your vote using the link below or on our blog using cdldrivingacademy.com/blog. In this head-to-head look against this Freightliner Cascadia versus the Tesla semi-truck, let's break it down to see how they stack up. So we're going to be comparing these two types of trucks within 7 different categories: price, durability, performance and efficiency, safety, versatility and customization, technology, and design and comfort. Of course, you got to be comfortable. So let's jump right into price. The Freightliner Cascadia, you're typically looking around $183,000 for a sleeper and $156,000 for a day cab. Though these prices can go up if you start adding all the bells and whistles and different features, this amount is right around the average for actual semi-truck manufacturers. Now for the Tesla, expected to cost around $250,000 for the 500-mile range version. This is a much higher upfront cost, but Tesla claims operators could see estimated fuel savings of up to $150,000 in the first 3 years. Keep in mind that there's no official price tag for the Tesla Semi yet, and the cost to buy one will most likely go up as we get closer to them being in production. Alright, so now let's move on down to durability. The Freightliner Cascadia is a diesel workhorse known to surpass over 1 million miles, especially if you properly maintain it. Freightliners are like the Hondas or the Toyotas of the trucking world, and you know those things last forever and they are durable. The other cool thing is there's a huge amount of parts out there for Freightliners, so that means it's super simple to fix. Now for the Tesla Semi, of course, electric vehicles boast less moving parts, which potentially could mean less wear and tear. However, being a newer player without being fully tested out for over 10 years, it's still being judged. Hopefully the poor durability of this Cybertruck is not a reflection on what can happen with the Semi. The other Tesla vehicles currently on the market, like the cars, are often challenged by lack of replacement parts. So most likely it's going to be an issue with the Semi. When you just think about it logically, a brand new truck coming out, they're not going to have all the parts coming out. A lot of people are not going to know how to work on these things. We don't really know what kind of problems they're going to have, and they're just going to get better over time like anything else. Now, performance and fuel efficiency. You might be thinking that the Tesla's got this one beat, but you definitely want to see the facts on both. The Freightliner Cascadia, while it's hard to pin down the exact mileage rating, drivers report an average of 7.5 to about 9.5 mpg. However, this does depend on the fact of what kind of cargo you're transporting, how big that cargo is, and what kind of driving habits you actually do have. The good news is this truck actually has above average ratings. Now, you do have a much bigger gas tank, about 160 gallons, and that means that you can travel anywhere from 1,200 to 1,500 miles before you actually need to fill up again. And the cool thing is the Freightliner Cascadia truck can easily haul 80,000 pounds, which is actually the limit required in all the United States. And if you needed to work harder, it can definitely do that, especially if you put doubles or triple trailers on it. But you are going to need special permits. Now, for all my gearheads out there, you probably want to know the horsepower and the torque. The horsepower ranges anywhere from 370 to 525. And the torque is actually going to be up to 1,800 pounds. Alright, so now let's go right into the Tesla Semi. How does that compete? The Tesla Semi consumes less than 2 kilowatt hours per mile. Now, this is brand new to me, so I have no idea what that actually means. It is a lot more fuel efficient than any other truck out there simply because it's not pulling any gas. So there's 0 mpg when you really think about it. The cool thing about the electric motors is it gives you an instant torque, which means you just put your foot on the gas and you're instantly going to feel that kind of push, and there's no kind of build up, which is going to give you a smooth ride. It can actually accelerate fully loaded from 0 to 60 miles an hour in, guess, 20 seconds. I mean, that's a fast truck. For all my gearheads out there, how much horsepower are we talking about here? 1,020. So this definitely dwarfs the Freightliner Cascadia. And the torque is actually going to be a little bit less at 1,050 pounds. However, one of the downsides there is, like we talked about, you can only travel up to 500 miles. Now that's 500 flat miles. When you start going up hills, down hills, super cold or anything like that, that 500 mile range actually starts to drop down a lot. And then after the 500 miles, or once you actually get close, you're going to have to recharge, and that's going to take at least 30 minutes to get to a full charge. Now the one thing you do have to understand is not like a gas station where they're not all over the place. You're going to have to pre-plan your route. Okay, if I got to travel 2,000 miles as an example, my first 400 miles, I better start looking for where I can recharge so I don't get stuck on the side of the road, because that's going to be one expensive tow bill. Now, anytime you are charging, again, if it is 30 minutes, which is pretty impressive, it is going to start adding a lot of hours to the actual downtime that you're using, right? So as a truck driver, you are limited on how many hours you can work per day and how many hours you can drive. So taking all that stuff into account, the Tesla Semi might not be the best for long-haul drivers just as of yet. A very important thing for a lot of people is going to be how safe these trucks actually are. So let's see exactly how they both compete against each other. The Freightliner Cascadia is equipped with different safety features, such as the collision mitigation, active brake assist, side guard assist, adaptive cruise control, and lane departure warning. Pretty much all those things is to keep you safe, save the company that you're working for a lot of money, and keep everybody else safe around you as well, while making you comfortable. That adaptive cruise control is actually a pretty cool thing. Freightliner has a proprietary mirror cam system utilizing Stone Ridge's mirror eye technology. And that's just a fancy way to say they got cameras on the mirrors itself, and you're going to have some extra screens inside your cab to actually give you a lot more visibility around the truck to keep it super safe for you. The cool thing is it does have front guard alert, which means it will detect even pedestrians or maybe a little chihuahua walking in front of your truck. And dual stage LED lights. Now these things are cool. It will give you an extra 30% of coverage compared to its previous model, and they'll even melt away any ice that's building up on your actual headlights and eliminate any condensation, and you as a driver don't have to do anything. That which makes it super cool and super safe. Alright, now let's talk about safety when it comes to the Tesla. This packs a huge punch. There's a whole bunch of features here. Anytime you think of Tesla, you're thinking technology, and they didn't skimp on the safety. One of the biggest things is going to be the autonomous driving, automatic braking, and lane keeping assist. I mean, they want to get this thing to the point where it's safer to drive than an actual human. Of course, it's still in testing. There's still going to be a lot to learn here, but Tesla is a very safe vehicle as a whole. And one of the things that's super unique to the Tesla Semi is actually the seat is going to be in the center versus the driver's side, which we're normally used to when it comes to cars and trucks. So when you're in the center, you actually have a much better panoramic view, and that's going to reduce any kind of blind spots that's out there. All right, the next one is going to be versatility and customization. Who do you think is going to win this one? You can choose colors, cab sizes, axle configurations, even engine types to tailor it completely to your hauling needs. They even have an electric version. Tesla, watch out. Speaking of Tesla, because it's newer, they currently offer fewer customization options. Pretty much you have two different options to pick from. You can kind of pick the color within the limited options, and you can pick how big you want your batteries. You want the 300 mile range or the 500 mile range. Kind of reminds me back in the day when Henry Ford first created the Model T, and he said you can have any color you want as long as it's black, right? Brand new cars, less customization. As this thing gets better, it's going to become more customized, but you might have to wait 5 to 10 years. Alright, so now let's talk about the fun stuff, which is going to be technology. The Freightliner Cascadia features modern technology like digital dashboards and simple connectivity features. It's functional, gets the job done without overcomplicating anything. Now the Tesla Semi is a completely different ballpark. They embody technology. This involves cutting-edge technology with dual screen displays. They have things like over-the-air updates and seamless integration with fleet management. It's literally like driving a car from the future. And for the last thing that we're going to be comparing on our list is going to be design and comfort. The Freightliner Cascadia sports a traditional trucking design that's super familiar for any driver out there. Comfort can be enhanced with premium trims and add-ons. I mean, there's even a trim where you can press a button and the seat can give you a massage. There's a lot of great reviews with the comfort of this truck itself. Now the Tesla Semi breaks the mold with a futuristic exterior and a centralized driver's seat. The cab is designed for maximum ergonomics, which means putting you in the right position, and visibility to make sure you're safe, which can potentially reduce driver fatigue. But because it's newer to the game, a lot of the old timers out there, they're looking at this thing and be like, whoa, this thing looks ugly. now that's a preference to what you like. And I don't really see the middle seat as practical. I mean, they're so used to having that seat on the driver's side. I guess we'll have to wait and see how people actually adapt and how welcoming it actually is. Alright, so we can just compare the Tesla Semi and the Freightliner Cascadia through 7 different features. But the cool thing is, I'm not the one who's going to make the decision here. You guys are, and that's what we're hoping for. Make sure you click on the link or go to our blog, cdldrivingacademy.com/blog, and vote right now which one you're going to vote for. Is it going to be the cutting edge Tesla Semi, or is it going to be the traditional Freightliner Cascadia that's super, super powerful out there? I would conclude that the Freightliner is something that's been tried and tested and something that's been there for a very long time, and with every iteration they've gotten better and better. The Tesla is a newcomer coming into the marketplace. Are they going to take everything by storm? Again, the technology seems to be super exciting. The price point seems to be a little bit higher than normal, but only you will be able to make the decision here. Which one are you going to go after? The guy who's the traditional person, or are you going to go after the newcomer out there that's going to destroy all the different technology and raise the bar for everybody else to move forward? Again, make your vote. Every single vote counts. You're going to have to the end of the week until we close this ballot itself, and we're going to see exactly who is the actual winner here. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the actual bell to get notified when we actually announce who the winner is and who the winner is actually going up against. We'll find out. Make sure you subscribe and please vote. Hey, I hope you like this truck madness as much as I do. Now, to catch up on all the episodes, make sure you click on this link right over here, which takes you to the playlist. And if you haven't voted already, please, I'm begging you to vote. We need you to make the decision to know who's going to be the winner. Click on the link below or check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com/blog. And of course, subscribe and hit that bell notification button so every time you come out with that new episode, you will be notified. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.